recite on our phone because, we don't have to have wudu if we're reciting, holding the phone, but we need to have wudu if we're holding the Quran. Of course, there's difference of opinion on that, but it's preferable to have wudu. Some people will say we'll use our iPad, and recite from there, or tablet. My brothers and sisters, try to use a physical copy of the Quran. Why? Because while you're reading, there's no drop-down menu that comes up with messages. Oh, you got a WhatsApp message. You got a TikTok message. You got, a Facebook message. There's no drop-down menu. There's no distractions. When you open the Mus'haf, you'll be reciting from the Mus'haf. There's nothing that comes up. And so the first thing that we notice is this thing doesn't distract us while we are reciting it. Secondly, when we keep it with us, or we keep it in front of us, we will notice it, and we are more prone to open and recite it. But my brothers and sisters, if this is a beautiful decoration on the shelf, and it's somewhere on the wall on the shelf, and we leave it there, and it looks good in our Instagram pictures, it's not really benefiting us. It just looks good, and it's there. So we take it off the shelf this Ramadan, and keep it in front of you. Start from today, take it off the shelf, put it somewhere, put it in front of you where it's visible, and don't put anything on it to cover it. Keep it, on top. So you can see your Mus'haf, you can see your Quran wherever you go. Make sure that it's in front of you and it's visible. You are more likely to open it and to recite from the Quran during the month of Ramadan. Another thing, my brothers and sisters, try to perfect your actions throughout this month of Ramadan. Change things this Ramadan from routine to perfection. Change it from routine to perfection. We used to have this routine, you create a routine, you go to the masjid, you attend a lecture, it's time for Maghrib, you break fast, you eat dinner, you meet some friends, you talk, you have a cup of tea or something, you start Taraweeh or Isha, you pray Taraweeh. There's a routine. Create a routine, but perfect that routine. As in, perfect your actions throughout each routine that you're doing. If, for example, you feel, Taraweeh of 20 rak'ah, it just feels like too much, then as a family, shorten it. Just pray less. Pray 12. Pray 8. Pray 4. The Prophet ﷺ, on average, actually not on average, for the most part, he would pray 8 rak'ah at night. When we look at the narrations, the Prophet ﷺ would pray 8 rak'ah. And so it's important for us to try to pray 8 rak'ah if we can. So 20 rak'ah was done when Taraweeh began, to grant ease, raha, some time to rest during their ibadah. Remember, people were exerting themselves too much. We're not exerting ourselves to their level. So maybe we can pray less rak'ah, but lengthen the rak'ah a little bit, right? Maybe we can do something in between. Like after 4 rak'ah, just mention something about some of the ayats that were recited. Maybe the mother or the father, maybe this can be the task of the daughters, right? If the sons are the ones that are leading the prayer, then the daughters can have the task of maybe just doing a quick 2-3 minutes, explanation of one ayah that was recited that night, or one ayah that they recited throughout the day. And that can be something that the daughters can share, right? And so you perfect your salah by praying maybe less, but more devotion, more concentration in your prayer, and giving more energy to what we're doing. Also, my brothers and sisters, strive to be on time this Ramadan, right? When the masjid has Isha at 10:30 at night, we strive to get there at 10:30. When we say, we'll pray Isha later on together as a family, and everyone sits down and watches a video or something, and the time goes and it's midnight, like, okay, we'll pray Taraweeh tomorrow. No. Be early. Be early for what we're doing. Set a schedule and be early for it. Be on time with that schedule. So create a schedule at home and follow the schedule and be on time with it. Every single night, create that routine during the month of Ramadan with your family so that they know that, okay, we're going to do this, and then perfect those actions as I mentioned earlier. Try to help out other family members with the chores that are happening around the home, right? Because sometimes, we're used to going to the masjid and having iftar at the masjid as a community and so on. And so now there's going to be extra responsibility at home. And a lot of the time our sisters complain about this, right? The wife and the daughters will complain, we're stuck in the kitchen, our brothers and our husband, they don't care. So this is where we need to encourage everyone in the family to take part in that, inshallah ta'ala, or spread those, responsibilities around so that everyone is doing something, maybe someone is not good. Maybe the father is really not good at cooking, and people don't like eating his food. So he'll be busy doing other things that his wife or the mother doesn't have to do. Cleaning the bathroom, vacuuming the house, making the beds, doing whatever needs to be done, right? So that everyone is sharing in something, so everyone has the time to give in ibadah. 2 more minutes and then we'll open up for some questions, inshallah ta'ala. During this month of Ramadan, while we're at home, we're not going to have i'tikaf. I'tikaf usually takes place in the masjid. And as per the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, both for men as well as for women, i'tikaf was done in the masjid. However, this year, no one has the ability to do that. So I would advise everyone from now, make the intention of performing i'tikaf. Why? Because we get the reward of our intentions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards us based on our intentions. Now, we're not saying make intention this year because we can't do it, so we'll get the reward. We should always have the intention. Every time we go into the masjid, we should make intention of performing i'tikaf and being there in a state of seclusion, right? Away from others, disregarding the world and only focusing on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and our ibad. But this year we don't have the ability to do that. So make intention for i'tikaf. Even if we don't do it, we don't have the ability to do it in the masjid, alhamdulillah, we'll still get the reward of doing it. So those who intended, or those who didn't have the intention this year, make the intention that you will do it, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you for the intention that you made of performing i'tikaf. And because, on that note, there won't be the ability to have seclusion at the masjid, create a space at home where you are able to find some seclusion, you're able to find some peace, some serenity, to open up the Quran and recite even for a few minutes, or make some dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make dua for the world, make dua for everyone to be cured and people who are going through hardship, make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in seclusion, so that you're able to perfect the time inshallah ta'ala, we'll open it up for some questions if anyone has.
Jazakallah khair, brother Sheikh Daoud. So any brother or sister has any question what Sheikh talked about, or anything else about Ramadan, and what you have anything in mind, please feel free to ask question. We have around 2 minutes for this.
Assalamu alaikum. I have a question.
You go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, my question is, during Tarawih, if somebody doesn't memorize the whole Quran, but wishes to read the Quran during Tarawih, is it possible to hold the Quran and read while making the Tarawih prayer?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I can request everyone else to mute their microphones if they're not speaking, because there's background sound and I couldn't hear what you were saying.
My question is it allowed to hold the Quran and read Nazra, looking at that?